Welcome everyone to another, live broadcast of Dr. Delay. I am Dr. Delay, and I probably should have not started this yet because there's still some problems here, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. As today we have NL Central Baseball for you tonight, as the Reds take on the Cardinals in Game 1 of the Game 3 series. Game 3. The Game 1 of a 3-game series. I don't know what's going on here. We're having some technical difficulties, but I think we should be fine. As always, we're going to see this through, of course. And, of course, if you like what you see later down the road, definitely hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps me out so much. Looking here at the NL Central standings, Dr. Chances of Pirates going hitless against DeGrom. I think it's very realistic. Thank you, of course, for stopping by, Draven. What in the world's going on with my camera? I think it needs to be more angled down. Maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. Yeah, the Pirates are currently, I think last time I checked, they were down 2-0 to the Rangers. Cardinals, Reds, Brewers all separated by a game. Brewers, Cardinals both 40-35. The Reds are 39-36. Cubs 45-30, as they are, doing very well. In the NL East, you can see the Mets and Phillies are actually tied. The Mets have lost 6 in a row. That is devastating. And then, I don't really care about the Mets, but for that Mets fans, I guess that's tough. Dodgers still leading in the NL West. AL East is still run by the Yankees. AL Central has been run by the Tigers, and barring a crazy collapse, I don't think that's going to change. And the AL West at 43-32 is going to be the Astros leading. Cardinals are going to be the home team tonight, so starting pitcher is going to be Andre Pallante. He is 26 years old. 4-3 record as a starter, 4.83 ERA, whip of a 1.38, as he is about to face TJ Friedl from Pennsylvania. He is batting .294, OPS of 829. Here's the pitch. That's going to be right down the middle, strike one. 8 home runs and 29 RBIs for TJ Friedl this year. As Pallante sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left and, to the right third baseman, as Gorman makes the catch. Thought it was going to go over, but not quite. Santana was beefing yesterday. I heard about that. Actually, I saw it. I saw the video, and he's trying to take a swing. He's lucky that, I don't know. I'm assuming he isn't going to get in trouble. He might get in trouble, but definitely very, very much lucky that he's not in jail right now, or, at least they didn't press charges. Here's the pitch to Gavin Lux, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. I have way too much crap around here. I think that's part of my problem. He is batting .275, OPS of 755, 3 home runs, 31 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. So that's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Of course, thank you as always, Draven, for stopping by. NBA Finals are Sunday night. I don't think I'm going to do anything related to that, as that's going to be foul ball. But who do you got in Game 7? I'm thinking it's going to be the Thunder, but I don't know. It really could go either way. Obviously, Game 7, they've split so far. 1-2 count here to Lux. As here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and miss. He struck him out. Did I take the pole down? No, I did not. Yeah, what the heck? Why is the pole gone? Let me go ahead and I'll have to make a new poll. What the heck? I did not take it down. On here, it says it's up, but I'm looking at the, I don't have to just double check here. Give me a sec. Ellie De La Cruz is up. He is batting .263, OPS of 826, 16 home runs, 50 RBIs. Let me go ahead and back out and come back on, as that's going to be checked his swing. Did he go? He did. Yeah, the poll's gone. What the heck? Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and, I guess the pinned comment replaced the poll? Well, that's kind of dumb. Do I take away the pinned comment? Unpinned message. Will that change anything? Yeah, it did. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Throws to first for out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, your score, Cincinnati and St. Louis, 0-0. I said it before the series started. It comes down to turnover problem, Pacers, but I got Thunder. Yeah, I just couldn't remember. I'm sorry. It's been a few weeks. But yeah, I think the Thunder, I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter to me whoever wins. Folks, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. This is not my first rodeo doing these two teams. Actually, I forgot to write that down too. Who and what in the world their records is. I think they're both really good. Like these two teams are really good whenever I watch them. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat as well. St. Louis is 4-1 when I cover them. Cincinnati is 3-0. Look at that. You just made it disappear again, did I? I didn't do nothing. I know I unpinned the comment. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. You know, there's something going on. I had some technical difficulties before I was starting the stream. I might just have to restart, which I'll just wait till this is over, obviously. And but yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just as soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm going to just have to restart everything. It's been a while since I've done it. I'm just going to type here. I know it looks lame what I'm doing. Record. I can't type. Record of when I call games. Wow. Yeah, that would not have been good if I typed that. St. Louis, what did I say? 4-1? Yeah. Cincinnati 3-0. St. Louis 4-1. Yeah, apparently he did. What a jerk. Rob is just wrecking me from beyond the grave. Seriously, though, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I don't know what's going on. Like, you can't see it. I'm blocking it, but, like, the field on the left side is, like, glitching. I might just refresh this. All right, Donovan is going to be 2 up here. He's batting .317, OPS of 824, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs, as that's going to be a called strike to Brendan Donovan. Pitching for the Reds is going to be, I believe that's Brady. Yeah, okay. Brady Singers, that's going to be hit foul. Singer is 7-4 on the year, 4.34 ERA, whip of 1.34. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1, so 1-2 count here to Donovan. Of course, don't be alarmed. You might see a Pirates jersey, but I'm not going to talk any smack here. As here's the 1-2. That's going to be low for ball 2. Yes, I'm a reasonable Pirates fan. I'm very aware of where we are in the standings. So I might as well call some good baseball here. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low ball 3. Last time I did check, the Pirates were down. Yeah, they still are 2-0 to the Rangers. Rangers themselves not having a great year. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. And that is going to be stepped on the bag for out number 1. He took it himself. Spencer Steer doing all the work there, as that's going to bring up Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn batting .252, OPS of 699, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs. Oh, Draven, by the way, did you pre-order EA College Football 26? I actually already did. I already made the pre-order there as Wynn steps in. I'm ready to go. As Singer delivers, and that's going to be low for ball 1. .1-0 count here to Mason Wynn. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there. A called strike, though. It may have been just outside. In fact, game day. Well, it may have caught a little bit of that. Not yet. I got you. I just feel like I should have pre-ordered as that's going to be a ground ball to second. Oh, and he mishandles it. Then he throws, and he gets him by a step. Oh, my goodness. McLean almost booted that one. I don't really recall what it was. Mason hustling down the line. He was not. Oh, he was jogging. Oh, if Wynn was sprinting, he would have easily gotten first, but he did not. As that's going to bring up Alec Burleson, batting .313 OPS of .814. 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. I've been playing a lot of, as here's the pitch, that's going to be a low ball one. I've been playing a lot of college football 25 lately, man. I miss football. I really do. 1-0 count to Burleson. Singer delivers the 1-0. That's going to be inside ball 2. Also, Dr. for Ultimate Team Navy, highest card without upgrade is 90, while every other college is 99s. That's actually very disrespectful. What the heck? That's weird. Here is the 2-0. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Now, I'm glad I don't play Ultimate Team. I mean, not that I would pick Navy anyway. I would try to get all the Pittsburgh cards. 2-1 count here to Burleson. Here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Two and two count here. Nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Reds went down in order. St. Louis very likely doing the same thing. A Singer delivers inside ball 3. So hold on. May draw a walk here or something. 3-2 count. Gorman is on deck. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit. Look at me go. That's going to be in the gap between center and right. Burleson jogging into second. Look at me saying that St. Louis would be following suit of what Cincinnati did. But St. Louis making me look like an idiot in front of you guys. As Burleson gets a 2-out double. And that's going to bring up Nolan Gorman. Nolan Gorman is batting .220, OPS of .698, 4 home runs, and 17 RBIs on the year. Singer looks back at Burleson and delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. So 0-1 count to the third baseman, Nolan Gorman. Singer delivers. That's going to be inside for ball 1. Again, I do have a poll. Feel free to vote. Looks like we got 2 votes for the Reds. Who's winning tonight? Reds 100%, Cardinals 0%. Here's the 1-1. Oh, fouled back to the catcher's mask, and he's going to need a little breather here. That's interesting. That is, yeah, he's smiling. He is not having a good time. Smiling as in yeah, that really hurt. Doctor, do you know how long B-Ray is going to be gone? I don't imagine it's going to be long, since it's just, usually it's like a few days whenever, the wife is having a kid. So 1-2 count. Here to Gorman. Burleson with the nice leadoff at second, and here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2. So 2-2 count here to Gorman. Singer looks back and delivers. That's going to be tapped back. That is foul. That is a foul ball. 2-2 count now. Well, it's been 2-2. My bad. I'm just struggling here tonight, apparently. I'm not locked in right now. I got to lock in. Singer sets on the 2-2. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Gorman strikes out. Nothing doing there for the Cardinals after the double as we head to the top of the second. Your score 0-0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps out the channel. You don't have to pay for anything, I promise. There would be no bill sent to you. But I've been doing this since opening day. Let's see how many. So this is my 55th game of the year. So hopefully that's enough work for you guys. It's like, okay, well, it's not random. He's not just doing a random game because he's bored. No, been here since opening day. And, of course, as you may have seen, I'm already ready for football season. So, if you happen to be a football fan, then definitely hit that subscribe button. I'll be covering multiple games. Don't let that Steelers thing fool you. I will be doing Steelers, of course. But there's another window. So I will be voting, or you guys will be voting on games that I'll be covering. Like after that Steelers-Jets game in Week 1. Will it be Tennessee, Denver, San Fran, and Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, Los Angeles? I don't know. You guys will make the call. If that sounds appealing, then definitely subscribe. Same thing with college. I'll be covering one. You guys make the call on the other. So I'll be covering what you guys vote on. I'm pretty terrible at wording that. I don't know why. Again, I'm not locked in tonight. My bad. I was trying to start fantasy football, but everyone in my friend group is scared. Why would they be scared to lose? Like, it's fantasy football. That's interesting. I'm pretty good at fantasy myself. I hate to brag. I really do. Let me go ahead and actually refresh this page. I don't know why in the world it's doing that. But, yeah, we're in between innings here, so if you're wondering what the heck am I talking about, we're heading to the top of the second shortly. Due up here is going to be Tyler Stevenson as we're working our way back to coverage here. He is batting .254, OPS of 775, 6 home runs, and 24 RBIs. Palante delivers. That's going to be hit foul, so we are underway here in the top of the second with an 0-1 count to Stevenson. I actually just told my friend, or I asked him when he was going to reset the league, like, hey, when are you reactivating it? And he said, okay, I'll do it right now. I'm like, perfect. 0-1 count to Stevenson. Here is the pitch. That's going to be inside ball 1. One and one count here to Stevenson. Palante delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. One and two count to Stevenson here. Nobody on here in the top of the second. No outs. Just now starting the top of the second as Stevenson asked for time there. Now we're back. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be just low for ball 2. So 2-2 to Stevenson. Palante. Wind up and the pitch. Oh, man, Palante was walking off the mound like he got the strikeout there, but the umpire didn't agree as it is now 3-2. We did Fantasy Call of Duty and we had one friend rage quit. Oh, wow, what the heck, dude. Yeah, I hate that crap, man. Well, I can see why you would be afraid of it. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit to center. And this is Scott who makes the catch for out number 1. That hung up there forever. Very interesting. And actually, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Andrew McCutchen said he had a source tell him that this year baseballs are like, they're kind of like the dead ball era, they're crushing balls, but they're not exiting. It's because apparently the stitching is a little bit higher, so that creates the drag, and they're not able to get the maximum distance. As here is Spencer Steer. Here's the pitch. That is way upstairs, ball 1. Batting .230, OPS of 641, 6 home runs, and 25 RBIs. Hey, y'all, baseball game in Reading was packed. Super packed. No parking within a third of a mile. Grandpa said no, so he came home as that's going to be hit foul. Wow. Well, I'll try to keep that in mind whenever it is my turn to go up to Pennsylvania in about a month now. Counting that down. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Very interesting. I don't know why, they would try to limit the home runs. As here's the 1-1. Checked his swing. He went. Strike two. So 1-2 here. We'll drive back safely. I mean, a third of a mile, by the way, doesn't seem like it's that long. So I don't know. I don't know if they're Trisk, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess it would be a lot for the grandfather. As here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit right to the third baseman, Gorman, who makes a nice catch for out number 2. So 2 away here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up, I believe this is Chris Benson. Oh, Will Benson. I don't know who Chris Benson is then. Will Benson batting .230, OPS of .758, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. I can't shake that. I know Chris Benson. I have no idea who it is. As Palante wind up and the pitch there. That's going to be inside ball 1. Pirates offense making sense now. Well, yeah. I mean, I wish I could just blame it on that, but I think they have more problems than the dead ball there. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. Two-0 count to Benson. Palante delivers. That's going to be a ground ball foul. I think that fouled it off himself because he immediately went down. He definitely, yeah, he's limping. Benson is shaken up a little bit. 2023, 2024 were years of drag. We were all at stitches during that, or maybe closer to half a mile. I see. Well, I'm very sorry about that, Trisk. 2-1 count here to Benson as he is working his way. He's actually doing some practice swings, making sure he's good to go. Then he fouled it off. That appeared to be his foot. They didn't show a replay, so I don't really know the specifics there. I don't know. What broadcast am I on? I might be switching to the other one. These guys aren't honestly that great. 2-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. I might switch it during the I'm on the St. Louis broadcast. I don't know. I don't really. Not really a fan of it. 2-2 count. Palante delivers the 2-2. That's going to be poked foul. So the count remains 2-2. Of course, I got a poll up. Looks like we got some more votes coming in. Reds at 75%. 4 votes in. 3 of you guys think the Reds win tonight. 1 believe the Cardinals win. Game 1 tonight. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, inside. Almost hit him. Benson is down on the dirt right now. He's going to work himself back up as it's 3-2. Did not hit him, but yeah, I mean, it was close. He had to get out of the way. Trevino is on deck for Cincinnati. As here is the 3-2 ground ball to first. And that's going to be step on the bag by the first baseman. I believe that's Burleson for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the second inning. Your score 0-0. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to get a little better tonight. I don't feel it. I'm going to try, though, guys. Hang in there. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Been doing this since opening day. This is my 55th baseball game of the year. I believe I posted up their record here. Cincinnati, they are 3-0 when I call a game for them. St. Louis, 4-1, so really good records. I guess they really try to impress me when I watch them. I'm not too sure. So if that sounds great, if you're a fan of each, hey, subscribe and let me know what team you're a fan of. And I'll try to work you guys in a little bit more than I already do. Obviously, there's only so many games I can do in a day. But I do my best to try to work my way back to you guys, or, for the subscribers that are here. But yeah, I mean, if you're just a sports fan in general, definitely subscribe. As you can see, I'm ready for football season. I already have the Hall of Fame game up. I already have the first game in Ireland up. And then I have the first Sunday game I'll be doing. But that's not the only Sunday game I'm doing. I don't want to scare you guys. Think, oh, it's a Steelers channel. No, that's not just the case. I love the Steelers. But I also love the NFL in general. I'll be calling other games voted on by you guys, the subscribers. So after the Steelers game is over, I'll be doing the game voted on by you. Whether that'll be Tennessee, Denver, San Francisco, Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, Los Angeles, I don't know. You guys will be making the call. And same thing with college football, week 0. I'll be doing Iowa State, Kansas State, but there's another window. Will it be Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, Hawaii? I don't know. You guys make the call. So if that sounds appealing to you, definitely subscribe. And those polls, will, of course, will be going up as we're, within a week of those games. So hopefully I see you there. Again, it's just a sports channel for you, by you, because you guys make, half the decisions on this channel. Doctor, I heard people saying Yaya Black has been looking good. Well, that's good. I don't want to buy too much into the hype, though, because everyone's going to look good right now. As here is the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. And bear with me here. I am not familiar with that name. Sagesi. I'm going to assume it's Sagesi. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside ball 1. 341. OPS of 876. 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Of course, he hasn't played much. 41 at-bats on the year. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Christopher, thank you for stopping by. Cincinnati Reds. I'm assuming you already voted in the poll. Again, that's still at 4 votes, 75% to the Cardinals, 25%. Who do you think is going to win? Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit off the pitcher. Singer can't do anything about it as he kind of knocked it in front of him. In a way, he kicked it in a way. So that's an infield single, as that's going to bring up Lars Nootbaar. I know how to pronounce his name because I know him. Well, not personally, obviously. 225 OPS of 699, 9 home runs, and 30 RBIs. Dr. Leia made Italian hoagie for Grandma and Grandpa today. We watched your favorite baseball movie with Brad Pitt. Oh, okay. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside ball 1. I don't know if that's my favorite baseball movie. I like Field of Dreams, personally. That one is second, though. Moneyball is the second. 1-0 count here to Nootbaar. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Reds nothing doing in the first 2 innings. No hits, no nothing. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-1 count. Singer sets here on the 2-1. A pickoff attempt, and he is safe. As Sagesi, again, I'm going to assume that's what it is safe and sound. 2-1. Singer fires. That's going to be a foul tip. Back behind both the catcher and umpire, so 2-2 count. As they show a replay of yesterday's game, looks like Lars Nootbaar had himself a home run. 2-2 here to Nootbaar. Here's the pitch. That's going to be, fouled off his foot. And, yeah, he is grimacing. He's going to walk that one off a little bit. Probably going to ask for time, if I had to guess. You'll have Angels in the outfield. Hey, that's a good one, too. That's a good one. That's a classic right there. I see Pirates have 2 on. Could they score? Yeah, well, maybe. Probably not. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Nootbaar goes down on strikes, as that's going to bring up Jordan Walker. He's batting .219, OPS of 585, 3 home runs, 23 RBIs. He is well, he's kind of regressing a little bit. I don't know if there's any Cardinals fans here. I know he's been, there's a lot of potential there, or many people believe so. Like, what's going on with Jordan Walker? I'd like to know. If anyone's there, like to provide me some insight, as that's going to be taken for a called strike. Only 23 years old. He's a big guy. He definitely has plenty of time. Again, plenty of potential. If not, that's okay. I'll just continue to speculate. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball one. One and one count. Hey, Draven, I don't know if you're still here. Did you hear about Shador and the speeding ticket? That is crazy. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Dela Cruz is going to have to throw to first as he gets him by a step for out number 2. Couldn't get Sagesi there. He moving pretty fast. It was a slowly hit ball. As that's going to bring up Pages. He is batting .221, OPS of .622, 5 home runs and 22 RBIs on the year. Singer sets, looks back at Sagesi, and delivers. That's going to be just outside ball one, though. That looked pretty, well, it looked like it caught some of the plate. So 1-0 count. Singer looks back and delivers. That's going to be in there, a called strike. One and one count, runner on second, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. 0-0 is your score as Pages calls for time. I'll, of course, do my best to provide scoring updates. I am aware that there are people that actually don't look at the phone while they're listening or watching this. They'll have this on in the background. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. I've been told by, of course, you guys, the viewers. 1-2 here to Pages. Singer sets. Looks back at Sagesi. And fires. That's going to be low for ball 2. 2-2 here. Singer sets, looks back at Sagesi, and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Pages and the Cardinals as we head to the top of the third inning. Your score is still 0-0. And again, folks, if you do like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. As I've been doing this since opening day, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Well, of course, when baseball season ends. But then that means football season is well underway. We'll have been doing football. Much bigger football fan, to be honest with you. But, of course, I'm enjoying baseball. It's been pretty good to me. I mean, just a few months ago, I was at just 30 subscribers. And we're moving up. Again, every subscriber helps. Even if you decide to never watch again and you just have the kindness in your heart to press that button. Won't cost you a dime, I promise. And of course, as I explained earlier with football, don't let these, the Steelers thing fool you. It's not just a Steelers channel. You guys will be making a lot of, calls on what I call, like I'll be putting up vote or polls earlier in the week for week 1. Yeah, it'll be Steelers Jets, but if you want to watch or listen to Tennessee, Denver, San Fran and Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, Los Angeles, just let me know. You guys will have the right to vote, and the winner is going to be the one that I call right after the Steelers-Jets game, as I expect the Steelers to start off 1-0, but we'll see. Same with college football, and I'm still working out the kinks to, like the bigger days, because obviously the first Saturday only has 4 games. That'll be pretty easy. I'll, of course, be doing Iowa State, Kansas State early. I guess that's on noon on the East Coast there, 11 o'clock Central, which is where I am. 3 games in the afternoon, in the evening hours. You guys will vote on that. Winner of that one is the one I'll be doing later that night. Of course, there's so many other options, so I'm still just kind of weighing on how I'm going to get you guys to vote on something, because I can't put all these choices up there. But I don't know. I'll figure that out, I guess, later down the road as we're working our way back here to the top of the third here. Trevino Jose Trevino. He is batting 304. OPS of 846, 4 home runs, and 14 RBIs on the year as Palante delivers. And that one's going to be hit to left, shallow left, as Nootbaar makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out there, as that's going to bring up Jake Fraley. He is batting .235, OPS of 734, 5 home runs, and 16 RBIs. I just realized you guys have been, I'm sorry. You also like the replacements and Remember the Titans. I do like Remember the Titans. I actually don't think I've seen the full replacements movie, as here's the pitch. That's going to be, the bat went farther than the ball because the ball is in the glove. The bat went somewhere down the right field line, but they're doing I don't think I didn't change the broadcast. I'll have to do that. Remind me, please. I'll remind myself. Great baseball movies: The Natural, Field of Dreams, Major League, Moneyball, 42, Little Bad League, Little Big League, Bad News Bears, Rookie of the Year. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. I don't know if I've seen all of those. Screen still shows the end of 2. Bear with me here. There's a little bit of a delay on the field. So I guess that's why they're showing these 3 in the booth here. Palante sets and fires. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. I guess Fraley had to go get his bat or something. Screen says end of 2. I don't know what happened there. I don't control the bottom scoreboard, by the way, so I don't know if that's what you were referring to. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. So 1-2 count. As after this pitch, I'm switching to the Cincinnati one. That's all I'm going to say. Not exactly a fan of the St. Louis broadcast. We'll move on, though. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 2. As I want to hurry up. Hurry. We're moving to the other FanDuel sports. This one might be a little bit more behind. That's going to be kind of a problem. But it's okay. 2-2 count here. Palante sets and fires. Ground ball to short. Win. Throws to first for out number 2. That's going to bring up McLean. McLean is batting .197, OPS of 617, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So McLean gets on with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. That's the Reds' first hit of the ball game. So we return to the top of the order. That's going to bring up TJ Friedl. He's 0 for 1, batting .293, OPS of 826. Palante sets, runner on first. He's still set, he's just staring. And he delivers. That's going to be taken for ball 1. Pirates scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th, down 3-2. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. Almost went to the game. That would have been fun. 1-0 count here to Friedl. Again, runner on first. Palante looking over. Sets. And fires. That's going to be in there, a called strike. So we have another vote. Cardinals have received a vote. It's now 60% in favor of the Reds winning tonight. Again, if you have not voted, feel free to vote. Let me know who you think's going to win, Reds or Cardinals. 1-1 count here to Friedl. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. So 2-1 is the count. Palante fires. That's going to be in there for strike 2. as Friedel is going to ask for time. Friedel is 0 for 1 on the day. Runner on first. 2 outs here in the top of the third. There's, well, it's no score. 0-0. Palante sets. Looks over at the runner on first. And fires. Ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. So nothing doing there for the Reds. So we head to the bottom of the third. Your score is 0-0. And once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. Been doing baseball games since opening day. If you don't believe me, I'll just scroll down and you can see the Pirates' embarrassing losses to the Marlins. That was fantastic. I enjoyed that. Obviously, there's a lot of Pirates games, but don't let that scare you. It's been a few streams since I've been doing the Pirates. Of course, this was all within a week. Here, let me go ahead and tell you. So this is 2 weeks ago, 5, 9, 13, 17. This is my 18th stream in 2 weeks. So don't think that I'm just doing this every now and then. No, I've been picking up the pace, actually. Tomorrow, I expect to do 2. I don't know which ones they'll be yet, but I will be on here. Worst case scenario, it's just 1, but I should do 2. Barring anything crazy happening here in my, personal life and family relations or whatever. But yeah, hopefully you like what you see and definitely hit that subscribe button. Again, this is my 55th game of the season for baseball. Cincinnati is 3-0 when I call a game. St. Louis 4-1. And if you are a football fan, again, I'll be doing football later down the road this year. And you guys will have a lot of say in the games I call. It's not just going to be Steelers. There's another window of games, and you guys will be voting on that window of games. And, of course, if the Steelers don't play on Sunday like they play on Monday or Thursday, well, that's 2 windows of games. So if you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, hey, you can probably rig the vote and vote for the Cincinnati Bengals that week or something. I don't know. St. Louis, I don't know if there's any Rams fans or not, but, if you're a football fan in general, well, it's still not a bad channel for you because, again, it's football. Same with college. We'll be doing college as well, as Victor Scott is going to be coming to the plate here to begin the bottom of the third. He is batting .239, OPS of .651, 3 homers, and 24 RBIs as that pitch is in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, and it hits him in the foot. Oh, my goodness. So he's going to head to first, and he's actually walking it off, walking backwards. Yeah, no, that's not great. Definitely a threat on the base paths, but, well, you hit him in the foot. It may impact him a little bit as he limps to first. That's going to bring up Brendan Donovan. He's 0 for 1, batting .316, OPS of .821. You love pitching duels in baseball? I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I like offense in baseball. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there. Strike 2. Throw to second. Victor Scott is there, and he is safe. The throw is very high, even for Ellie, and Ellie's pretty tall, and he had to jump. And yeah, so Ellie with a good job there to try to prevent that from going into center. But Scott is in at second, making him pay for hitting him. Ground ball up the middle. Ellie throws to third, and he is out at third. What a play by Ellie. Just happened to hit it right to him up the middle. He had been kind of inching at the second base, and again, he has a very strong arm, able to fire it in there and get the speedy Scott out. So Donovan is at first, but there's one away, as that's going to bring up Mason Wynn. He's 0 for 1, batting .251, OPS of .697. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's past the third baseman. Donovan's rounding second, headed for third, and he's going to chill at third. And I'm not too sure where the other baser. Wynn is at second. So that's a 1-out double for Wynn, as the Cardinals are threatening here in the bottom of the third. Yeah, it just really depends, Really depends on the pitching duel and who's pitching and stuff like that. I just like offense. Now, when it comes to football, I can watch a 13-10 game, and that'll be the most exciting thing in the world. Here is Burleson. He's 1 for 1 in this one, batting .316, OPS of .824. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. Cardinals with runners on second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Burleson with a great opportunity here to open up the scoring. As Singer delivers, that's going to be hit to center. This should score at least the runner on third, as he is tagging up, heading for home. And Wynn's going to move to third. Donovan scores. They have the same type of hair and beard, so so the Cardinals lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. As that's going to bring up Nolan Gorman. He's 0 for 1, batting .218, OPS of .693. And again, there's a runner on third here, so they still have a great opportunity to add on to this 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball two. And you know what? I've noticed what I think you may have been talking about earlier, Trisk, that the scoreboard is kind of lagging. I see. 2-0 count. Singer delivers. That's going to be outside ball three. So 3-0 count here to Gorman. Wynn with a nice lead at third. Singer fires. Upstairs, ball four. Gorman's going to walk. And that's going to bring up Sagesi. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Batting .357, OPS of .902. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. Sagesi at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a call strike, and he didn't like the call. 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. One and one count, runners on the corners. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. That's going to be sliced foul. As there comes the ball boy or ball guy. Jeez, it got really bright. 1-2 here. Little brief stoppage of play as Singer returns to the mound. Again, 1-2 count, runners on the corners. Singer looks over at both runners. He sets and fires. That's upstairs, ball two. So 2-2 is the count. Doctor, did you watch the deep dive video? And if so, what you think? I'm assuming it's what you think of the new stuff. I actually have not watched the deep dive. I need to. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be sliced foul yet again, as Sagesi is trying to stay alive. Again, Cardinals with a great opportunity here. They've already scored one run in the inning. An opportunity to add to this lead. I need to. I wasn't aware that it really dropped to me. Well, I knew that was going to. That's a lie. I knew it dropped. I just didn't know when. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be, called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Sagesi doesn't like it. He's in disbelief. But the Cardinals score 1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Your score, 1-0. You can tell me. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch it anyway, but yeah, you can tell me. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. This is not my first rodeo with these two teams, as the Reds are 3-0 when I call a game. The Cardinals are 4-1. So both of them really good when I call a game. I wish the Pirates were like that, but that's just unfortunate. They're 10-14 when I call a game. Don't let those numbers fool you, though. That is actually less than half, as I've been kind of branching away. Not saying I'm not going to call a Pirates game ever, or not call a Pirates game. I do plan on doing that soon. But I do bounce around the major leagues. It is, I do listen to my subscribers. The more subscribers I have, the more vocal that they are, the more likely I am to call a game featuring that team. So, yeah. And also, if you're a football fan, definitely subscribe, as we are doing football. Football is so close. It's so far at the same time. But I'm ready for it. Hopefully, you're a football fan, and I can expect to see you here on Saturdays, Sundays, if that is convenient to you. I'm pretty much just a nice backup option. So, but yeah. No, if you like football and baseball, and happen to like college basketball, as I'll be doing that again. I can't wait to do March Madness. That was actually really fun. Definitely subscribe. Subscribe. That'll help me out a lot. Andy Rowe, thank you for stopping by. I need you to call all the Reds' remaining games. I don't know if I can do that there. If they're going to win. Well, right now they're down 1-0. So, yeah, no, they're 3-0 when I call a game. But right now, hey, the streak could be ending. But, of course, it's way too early. Plenty of baseball left. But, hey, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully it's good enough for you to hit that subscribe button. If you're a Bengals fan, I'm sure I'll see you later down the road as well. Steelers, Bengals. So, but I don't know. I might try to, again, I'll try to do another game for this series this weekend. It really just depends on what's happening. As here is Gavin Lux. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. You can adjust each individual zone assignments, and for D-line, you can do it like attacks through DT. So it's like stunts. They added stunts to. Okay, well, that's cool. Not EA. NFL 2K5 had that. I'm just saying. Here's the 1-0 to Lux. That's going to be hit to second. Oh, it's off his glove. And Lux is going to head to first, as that was a for sure easy out. Well, he did hit it a ton, but you would expect him to make the play. So I don't think Reds fans or Andy's going to complain, as that's going to bring up Ellie De La Cruz. They actually are going to give him an error. Like I said, I feel like that was definitely doable. So Donovan with the error. Ellie De La Cruz 0 for 1, batting .262, OPS of 823. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled off his foot, and I think he's going to be okay. Each zone, like just how far close. That sounds really neat. I hope I'll be able to make that happen. I don't want it too complicated. Palante sets here on the 0-1. Houday, oh my gosh, yeah, you're a Bengal fan. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. 1-1 count here to Ellie De La Cruz. Lux on first. Palante sets. And fires. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Top of the zone there, breaking ball. Just catching the top of the zone. 1-2 count, runner on first. De La Cruz, one of the most exciting base runners. Well, yeah, no, he's exciting for sure. Here is the 1-2. Ground ball to second. There's one. And no, he is safe. De La Cruz running it out. And that he just beat it out. I'd like to see the replay on that. That was close. But as of now, there's one out, but De La Cruz is on first. I think is who dat? Okay, we're not the Saints here. There's no Saints fans. I don't know if Saints fans are non-existent. They all became Texans fans. As that's going to bring up Tyler Stevenson. He's 0 for 1, batting .252, OPS of .769. Palante sets. And a pickoff attempt. Oh, pardon me, my voice. Dela Cruz is back. Oh, my gosh. That's why I have water. So my Man Warrior play clock goes invisible. You can't see. That does sound really cool, Draven. I'm not going to lie. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for a ball. So 1-0 count. Elliott first. 1 out, top of the fourth. Cardinals up 1-0. Palante delivers. Swing and a miss, strike one. Again, feel free to vote. I got a poll up. Reds leading that poll 5 votes to 2. One and one count. Palante sets and fires. That's going to be, pickoff attempt. He's out. It was just an outside pitch. Paez with a great throw caught Dela Cruz leaning, and they will not challenge Dela Cruz. Wow, that was quite a throw. Yeah, Dela Cruz playing a little too dangerously there, and he was caught stealing there. As it's now a 2-1 count to Stevenson, but with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be tapped foul. The Pirates are down 4-2. Yeah, that sounds about right. They got Cruz cruising. Well, they kind of caught him leaning too far as, again, it was a pitch, and the catcher made a great throw to first and was able to get Dela Cruz before he made it back into first. 2-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 3. Three and 2 here to Stevenson. Palante delivers. That's going to be once again tapped back for a foul ball. 3-2 here. 2 outs. Cardinals up 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Palante sets on the 3-2. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to third. Gorman throws to first for out number 3. So nothing doing there for the Reds as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cardinals up 1-0. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. I've been doing this since opening day, so don't think this is just a random, like, who the heck is that guy? Never seen him before. Well, that's perfectly normal because obviously I'm not exactly popular. Well, with your help today, get a few subscribers here and there. Definitely adds up as, again, I just remember a few months ago, I was chilling at 30 subscribers. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in and choosing me as your voice for tonight's game. As you can see, again, I've been bouncing around the major leagues. Obviously, I did the Pirates. I do the Pirates quite a bit, but sometimes you just get sick and tired of the losing, and you just kind of want to see what else is out there. But yeah, no, hopefully you like what you see and hit that subscribe button, especially, of course, if you're a football fan. I will be doing football very soon. Of course, I can't do it now because there's no football season, but very soon football will start, and you guys will be voting on games that I call. First example here, College Week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State. I'm calling that game. But later that evening, there is 3 games. You guys will make the decision on which one I call via a poll. And the same with the NFL. An example here for Week 1, Steelers-Jets. I'm calling that one. But that later window has 4 games in which you guys will choose which one I'll be calling right after the Steelers-Jets. So if you're a fan of sports, if you're a fan of the NFL, if you're a fan of college football, a fan of baseball, definitely hit that subscribe button. Those are your scores from around the area, around the major leagues. I don't know why I say area. Let's see. Only one game is final today. Mariners defeat the Cubs 9-4, so that's good for the NL Central teams. Show you right there. As we're working our way back to this one, Lars Nootbaar is at the plate. He's 0 for 1, batting .224, OPS of .697. That's going to be low for ball one. So 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Bottom of the fourth here, and, well, it's only been an hour. This game has been moving by pretty quickly. 1-1 here to Nootbaar. That's going to be low for ball two. Two and one. Here's the pitch. Nootbaar hits this to right center field, and that one's going to get down off the wall. Nootbaar running to second, and he is safe. So Nootbaar in with the leadoff double in the bottom of the fourth. So the Cardinals once again threatening, as that's going to bring up Jordan Walker. He's 0 for 1, batting .218, OPS of .582. So Singer looks back at Nootbaar and delivers. That's going to be low for ball one. One and no count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. One and one. Runner on second in the bottom of the fourth. Nobody out. Singer sets and fires. That's going to be low for ball two. 2-1. Singer fires. Swing and a miss, strike two. Two and two count to Walker, and Walker is going to ask for time. Singer sets here on the 2-2, and he fires. That's going to be hit. Pop up to second. And that is caught by McLean for out number one. That's going to bring up Pages. He's 0 for 1 in this one, batting .220, OPS of .619. Singer fires to Pages. Pages hits this to right. That's going to be caught for out number two. Nootbaar's tagging up, throws to third. He is going to be safe as Ellie De La Cruz cut that one off. So he advances 90 feet, but at the cost of an out, and that's going to bring up Victor Scott. He was hit by a pitch in his first appearance. Batting .239, OPS of .654. I was wondering why in the world I was seeing basketballs. Okay. It's WNBA. Like, okay. I didn't realize I got notifications for that. Little mound visit here as Victor Scott is going to be coming to the plate. They're going to chat it over with Singer, as he's definitely a speedster. As the mound visit is over, Singer's going to step back on the mound as he faces Victor Scott, the lefty, Runner on third, 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Singer delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Oh and 1 count. Singer delivers. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. So 1 and 1 count. Singer delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So very quickly, 1 and 2. One and 2 count to Scott. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a bunt, and he struck out there. Interesting decision by Victor Scott as he bunted on 2 strikes. So that's a strikeout. We head to the top of the 5th. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the majors. Cardinals up 1-0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button as I'm going to check out the competition here. I need to see how in the world I'm doing. But yeah, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button. Oh, I might be getting crushed in the ratings right now. What in the world? You guys are watching it. People are watching MLB The Show, and they're acting like that's real. That's actually insane. I'm losing to MLB The Show right now. Anyway, yeah, I can see why, actually. Yeah, I'm way down here. That's the problem. Oh, well. If you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate you guys not watching a video game and thinking it's the real deal like 57 other people are. You hate to see it, but it is what it is, you know? You can't win them all. Do appreciate someone definitely did subscribe earlier. I do appreciate you. But yeah, I'll be, of course, doing this for the rest of the regular season, planning on doing some of the NL playoffs as well. So hopefully that sounds appealing to you. It's really just a channel for sports fans. I can't even believe that I'm losing to a video game that's not even, bro. Like, why? I want to just check it out. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. That is actually... I really hate that there's ads. Oh, well. Whatever. We're working our way back to this one again. I just can't believe that people are watching a video game and think it's the real thing. As this is going to bring up Steer. Steer is 0 for 1, batting .229, OPS of 638. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Oh, my gosh. 0 and 1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a chopper to third. He throws to first for out number 1. So Steer goes down there. That's going to bring up Benson. Will Benson, he's 0 for 1, batting .228, OPS of 751. So 0 and 1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. That might explain a lot, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, well. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So 0-2 count. Oh and 2, top of the 5th. 1-0 Cardinals is your score. Palante sets and fires. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1-2. On the phone, I'm up there. That's weird. That's going to be low for ball 2. 2-2 count. Here is the 2-2. That's going to be fouled back. 2-2 count here. As I just checking, what in the world? Oh well. Palante sets here on the 2-2 to Benson. Here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped yet again, foul. Nice little battle here. Two and two. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 3. So 3-2 is the count. Here is the 3-2. That's going to be hit yet again, foul. Just a very big battle here. Just foul, foul, ball, ball, foul. Benson not wanting to go down without a fight. Palante at 60 pitches. Here is the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He finally wears him down as he struck him out. So 2 away here in the top of the 5th. That's going to bring up Trevino. Trevino's batting .301, OPS of .840. Reds only with 1 hit up until this point. As Palante delivers, that's going to be in there for a cold strike, strike 1. Palante sets and fires. That's going to be low for ball 1. 63 pitches for Palante. Very efficient so far. I expect him to probably be in the 7th or 8th innings, barring anything, that would go crazy. He's been pitching very well. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So 1-2 is the count. A little bit of a timeout there by Trevino. As Palante delivers the 1-2. That's low for ball 2. Breaking ball. A lot of break there. Broke a little bit too much. So 2-2 is the count. Trevino delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. Not much action in this one. 1-0. Cardinals with 4 hits through the 4 innings. So they're averaging a hit an inning. That's not too bad. Reds have been pretty much nullified by Palante. Palante with a fantastic performance up to this point. Here is the 2-2 to Trevino. Outside ball 3. Trevino and Benson both working counts. I mean, Palante was just going through the lineup really quickly. Last 2 batters have taken a combined 16 pitches. As this is going to be hit left and foul. So the count is still 3-2. So I don't know. Palante might not be able to go. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's just the last few batters, but Palante had been really efficient, as that's going to be outside ball 4. And Trevino draws the first walk for the Reds tonight with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, and that's going to bring up Jake Fraley. He's batting .233, OPS of .729. Palante sets and fires. Ground ball to first. Oh, what a toss to Palante, who tags the base for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Reds as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Cardinals 1, Reds 0. As I see some more votes coming in, so 6 votes for the Reds. People think it's going to be the Reds winning tonight. So far, though, only one hit through the 5 innings. Of course, thank you for voting. That is not what I wanted to show you guys. If you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Been doing baseball since opening day. This is my 55th game of the year. And let's see here. Yeah, the Reds are 3-0 when I call a game. The Cardinals 4-1. So both teams really well when I just happen to randomly choose them. So hopefully that's good enough for you to hit that subscribe button as I just bounce around the major leagues. Yeah, it's a lot of Pirates games, but one can only take so many 30 and 46 starts of the year, as I'm just kind of sick of them at this point. But I'll probably, of course, call another game for them very soon, just not anytime soon. Hopefully you like what you see and definitely hit that subscribe button. So we check around the major leagues. Rangers are up 4-2 on the Pirates in the top of the 7th. The White Sox up 7-0 on the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 5th. In the top of the 5th, we see the Marlins up on the Braves 4-1. Yankees up 3-2 on the Orioles in the bottom of the 4th. Phillies, Mets, they are tied 0-0 in the bottom of the 4th. That one, I believe, is exclusively on Apple TV. Let's see. Middle of the 2nd, the Rays are up 4-0 on the Tigers. Top of the 2nd here, 0-0 Brewers, Twins. And the Diamondbacks and Rockies are warming up as of now. They will be beginning very soon. As we're working our way back here, Donovan is going to be at the plate. He's batting .314, OPS of .818. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a was that a fielder's choice? I believe. I can't recall, but he's the only run in this one. He's the only one that has crossed home plate. As Singer will once again be out there for the 5th inning. Of course, he's been pretty good in this one. Pitcher's duel. As Singer delivers. That's going to be outside ball 1. Singer not as efficient as Palante as he's entering the 5th inning with 70 pitches. That was the 71st there. Here's the 72nd, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Yeah, 1-1 count, ground out, and fielder's choice was Brandon Donovan's stat line for the night. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to second. McLean throws to first for out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to bring up Mason Wynn. He's 1 for 2, batting .254, OPS of .705. Singer delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 count. As Wynn called timeout briefly, steps back in. Singer delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike as well. Wynn didn't seem to like it, or at least he was just disappointed in himself. I'm not too sure. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 1. One and 2 count to Wynn. Singer delivers. That's going to be hit foul, as it remains at 1-2. 1-2 count here to win, and that's outside for ball 2. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th, 1 out. Cardinals up 1-0. It's been a pitcher's duel. Not much offense in this one. As here is the 2-2. That's going to be hits, foul. So it's going to be, again, 2-2 as the pitcher's duel will continue. These teams separated by just a game, battling for position in the wild card. The Cubs lost today, so of course that helps. As here's the 2-2. That's outside ball 3. Let's see here, just looking at these teams. Yeah, the Cubs, of course, losing. That helps. They are still 5 games above the Brewers and Cardinals, as that's going to be hit to center. Friedel slowly but surely making the catch for out number 2, as he didn't really have to move much. As that'll bring up Burleson. He's 1 for 1 with the sacrifice fly. Did knock in Donovan in the 3rd inning, batting .316, OPS of .822. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Or it might have been a foul tip. I think it's saying foul tip. So 0-1 count. Went off the catcher's glove. Wasn't too sure. Singer delivers the 0-1. That's going to be outside, strike 2. Burleson not liking the call. And I can see why. As you see the game day there, it definitely agrees with Burleson. Oh, 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 1. Here's the one. Oh, my gosh. Here's the 1-2. My voice cracking. That's going to be foul ball. Pardon me. That means I need some water. That's what that means. 1-2. Cardinals, Reds. Not putting much offense on the board. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit foul. So a lot of foul balls in this one as well. I mean, the pace of play has slowed down mightily. At the bottom of the 4th, we were at 50 minutes. We're at an hour 29. Here's the 1-2. That's outside ball 2. Two and 2 count here to Burleson. That's going to be hit to center. Friedel jogging on over and makes the catch for out number 3. So nothing doing there as well as we head to the top of the 6th. Cardinals up 1-0. There are your scores from around the major leagues. Rangers up 5-2 over the Pirates. White Sox up 7-0 over the Blue Jays. Marlins up 4-1 over the Braves. Yankees up 3-2 over the Oilers. Oilers, what the heck is that? We're not even close. Orioles. Football is always on the mind. Phillies up 1-0 over the Mets. Rays up 4-0 over the Tigers. 0-0 Brewers and Twins. And of course, Arizona and Colorado are about to begin shortly. The Mariners defeat the Cubs earlier today, 9-4. As, of course, there's plenty more games happening tonight. Still unsure what I'm calling tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be back home in time to do Reds Cardinals. Unsure. We shall see. But I do have a lot of options, so I will, of course, make thumbnails accordingly. So, yeah, we shall see what is happening tomorrow. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps the channel out. I really do appreciate you guys. This is my 55th game of the year. Tomorrow will make it 56 and possibly 57. So, yeah, no, definitely help me out and get to my goal, which I don't have up there because, well, it doesn't matter. So McLean is going to be due up for the Reds here in the top of the 6th. McLean, Friedel, and Lux due up in the top of the 6th. McLean batting .201, OPS of 623, as Palante is going to make his way out for the 6th. And he's been very efficient, though he has struggled the last few batters there. He definitely was getting, well, a lot more contact. As Palante delivers, that's going to be in there for a called strike. Palante at 71 pitches here in the 6th inning. Palante delivers the 0-1. That's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball 1, outside and in the dirt. 1-1 count here to Matt McLean, and he's 1 for 1 on the night. In fact, he's the only Red with a hit. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. Reds have just been nullified tonight by Palante. He's been fantastic. Reds, pretty decent offense, not too shabby. 3rd best in the NL Central behind the Cardinals by a few runs. As here is the 1-2. That's going to be a chopped foul. So 1-2 count. As Palante steps on the mound and begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. And that made a little kid jump back there, and I don't blame him. Of course, we got a poll. If you haven't voted, feel free to vote. Let's see what we got here. Reds, 39, or well, that's their record, 39-36. They have 75% of the vote. 6 votes to the Reds on who's winning tonight. Only 2 for the Cardinals at 25%. Here's the 1-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. As the Reds' woes continue at the plate tonight, that'll bring up Friedel. He's 0 for 2, batting .292, OPS of 824. Quick question: who voted and how many to watch this game? It is very boring, but you're making it worthwhile. I didn't have a poll for tonight's game. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of low-scoring games as well. I mean, it is what it is. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. No, I chose this one. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, you win some, you lose some. Doctor, did you see the play by O'Neill Cruz at center? I did not. I've been kind of stuck here. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. Was it today? I'm assuming it was today's game against the Rangers. Again, I'll probably see something about it on Twitter or something. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. But I would say this is more of, unfortunately, not. And I don't want to tick off any Reds or Cardinals fans here because that's not what I'm trying to do. But this is just not what. It isn't really the best game I've called. That's here's the pitch 2-1. That's going to be hit to second. Donovan throws to Burleson for out number 2. Oh, yeah, Doctor. I'm assuming it's going to be on Twitter. But, yeah. I'm sure I'll check it out sooner or later. So, 2 outs here. And that's going to bring up Gavin Lux. He's 0 for 2. Batting .273, OPS of 749 on the night. I mean, again, he's 0 for 2. Most Reds are 0 for 2. Only McLean has recorded a hit tonight for the Reds. Palante delivers. That's going to be low for ball 1. Checking out the scores. Yeah, Pirates still down 5-2. Pirates are now down 5. Well, that's literally, I just checked that. 1-0 count here to Lux. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-0 count. Two-0 count here to Lux. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Two and one. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Just outside, but I might have caught in the zone. I'm not too sure. Kind of looks like it did. Lux is going to ask for time. I'll actually check. This may be, I don't think it's going to be, but it may be one of the lowest viewed games I've called. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Palante continues to just dominate on the mound as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Your score 1-0. Yeah, let me check. I'm actually curious at this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Again, if you are not subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. I appreciate you guys. Baseball, 48 views. Well, I've passed 48. I can tell you that. So it won't be the lowest. But we may be we may be in the 50s or 60s tonight. It is what it is. You can't win them all, folks. You can't win them all. Still will never. Well, I plan on replicating that 1,000 sooner or later. But anyway, again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps out so much. Like and subscribe, as that helps. Liking helps with promoting the channel. Subscribing, well, it definitely helps with the views. Of course, if you're a football fan, I'll be here for football season. And not to brag or anything, because there's no reason to brag. But my football games get the views. Why? Well, it's because I love football, and you can kind of see that when I call a game. Always exciting. Always, just even if it's like 3-0, I'm going to make sure that game is called appropriately. Unfortunately tonight's game, not exactly the most exciting game. As you're seeing, it's 1-0. Reds are, Palante has looked fantastic. Singer hasn't looked bad himself. He's just unfortunately facing Palante, who has just excelled on the mound. But yeah, it is what it is. Not every game's going to be a winner. So I'm sorry. Sorry, Trisk. It is what it is. So maybe tomorrow's Reds-Cardinals game will be exciting, and we'll see. We'll see. But Gorman's going to be at the plate here. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, batting .218, OPS of .697. As here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Doctor, can I put a Twitter link in the chat for you? Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. You can do what you got to do. 1-1 count here to Gorman. Here's the pitch. That's going to be just upstairs, ball 2. Of course, Raven, if you want, you can just tag me on Twitter. I think it's the same exact thumbnail. At here, it's at DRDLEH. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul unless you want to keep your privacy. That's totally fair. I will totally understand. 2-2 count. Here to Gorman. Singer delivers the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. He struck him out. Gorman not liking the call, but hey, it is what it is. As he goes down, that's going to bring up Sagesi. He's 1 for 2 on the night, batting .349, OPS of .882. As Singer delivers to Sagesi, that's going to be hit to left, and that one is foul. I don't know if it would have had the distance, but it was definitely flirting with the distance, as it's 0-1. 0-1 count here to Sagesi. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be popped up shallow left field. Benson on the run and makes the catch for out number 2. as Singer is at 95 pitches. So Singer may not be out here for the 7th. But again, a very good performance by Singer. It's a shame that he will not be in contention for the win, barring anything happening in the top of the 7th. Because he has been pretty good. Here's the pitch to Nootbaar. That's going to be outside for strike one. Nootbaar is 1 for 2 on the night, batting .227, OPS of .705. Singer delivers the 0-1 bunt attempt, and that is going to be low as he pulled back for ball one. 1-1 count. Singer delivers. That's going to be chopped off the foot as Nootbaar hit himself. So 1-2 count, 98 pitches for Singer, as looks like the Cardinals are warming up somebody in the bullpen, which is interesting because Palante has been very efficient tonight. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be poked at. Foul ball, though this may stay in play. It does not, as that's going to be a few rows back. Oh, and it knocked out some of the food and drinks everywhere. And you know how expensive ballpark food is. So that's a shame for that older gentleman there. But 1-2 count here to Nootbaar. Knocked over a beer. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be low for ball two. Two and two. Here is the 101st pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. I imagine whether this is a hit, strikeout, walk, whatever, this will be the last batter for Singer, who's pitched very well tonight. Trying to get out of this inning so we can say he pitched 6 complete. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate, as Singer is probably, that was probably his last pitch of the night. As we head to the 7th inning, your score is Cardinals 1, Reds 0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. Been doing this since opening day. If you're a fan of either of these two teams, relax. It's not just a Pirates channel. I've been doing this for a while and bouncing around the major leagues. Cincinnati, this is my 4th game. St. Louis, this is my 6th game. It's their 4-1. Reds are 3-0. Cardinals are 4-1 entering this one. So, yeah, if you're a football fan as well, definitely hit that subscribe button. How it's going to work is once football season is here, I'll, of course, be doing every Steelers game. But that's not the end of my Sunday. I'll be doing a second game voted on by you guys. So whether it's Tennessee, Denver, San Fran, Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, Los Angeles, I don't know. You guys will make the call. Same thing with college football. Iowa State, Kansas State will be the game I pick. But Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, Hawaii, I don't know. You guys will vote on that, and I'll call whatever you guys vote on. So hopefully you guys like what you see and hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel a lot. As we're working our way back into this one here in the top of the 7th, that's going to bring up Ellie De La Cruz. He's 0 for 2 on the night. That's a called strike. Batting .261, OPS of .820. Palante delivers the 0-1. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. as Ellie is going to chill at first, but that is some life here late in this one as the Reds double their hit total for the day with now they're at 2. And that's going to bring up Tyler Stevenson. He's 0 for 2, batting .250, OPS of 763. And this may be it for Palante as we have a mound visit. Oh, yeah, he's out of here. Palante has been fantastic tonight. He's going to get a standing ovation. But looks like he exits. 6 innings pitched. No runs allowed, but he is responsible for Ellie on at first. Phil Maton is going to be pitching here for Palante. Palante, again, with the fantastic performance. Phil Maton with an 0-2 record. 1.98 ERA, 1.13 whip. He has been really good this year. Really good. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot. And, of course, feel free to vote. Got 8 votes so far in the poll up there. Reds. Many people believe the Reds will win. 75% of you guys think the Reds will win. 25% believe it'll be the Cardinals taking this one. Of course, the Cardinals up 1-0 as we are, well, one batter through the top of the 7th. Nobody out. Bear with me, of course, as we are in a pitching change. Maybe Cruz needs to go back to short. I swear he put in more effort 80% of the time. Is he being lazy again? It wouldn't surprise me if he is. I mean, he just isn't. He doesn't hustle all the time, man. It's very frustrating. Hopefully there will not be a bottom of the 9th. Okay, Trisk, I do appreciate you. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. I'm not going to force you to listen. I do appreciate you. Don't worry. I know I sent a message the other day about the hours watched. I'm good on the hours watched. That is not the problem. I am very close to reaching that monetization goal. I just need the subscribers. As here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to third. There's 1 and 2. A double play as Maton does what he needs to do and gets the double play. So Palante will, he's not going to allow a run tonight as he gets that stranded runner. As that's going to bring up Spencer Steer. He's 0 for 2, batting .228, OPS of 636. My voice, it's bad. It's bad. Is Dela Cruz the reincarnation of Randy Moss? I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, called strike. Though, I mean, he is a freak athlete. Dela Cruz is, he is an athletic monster. 0-1 count here to Steer. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. He made an error and put no effort to get to the ball, and it bothered me. Yeah, no, I totally understand. I mean, O'Neal Cruz he can be very lazy at times. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 2. I only text that because I was the first to vote Cardinals in your post. I see. I got you. Well, that's okay. 2-1 count here to Steer. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Cardinals up 1-0 in what's been a pitcher's duel. Just a lot of lack of hitting. I don't know why I said lot of first. Put myself in a terrible window there. Here is the 2-2 to Steer. That's going to be chopped foul as that's back behind home plate. But it is what it is. It's okay. It's okay, Trisk. You will be okay. I will be okay. Not every game is going to be a winner. I mean, of course, you never know. I mean, it could. Both these teams can pop off in the later half of this game. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be chopped foul. Actually, one of my most viewed games, Trisk, this was Diamondbacks and Cubs. This was earlier in the year. It was 2-1 heading to the bottom of the 7th. And that game ended up being 14-12. People were just piling in, like, what is going on? And that was one of the greatest games. As here is the 2-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Steer goes down on strikes as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Your score 1-0. I actually ended up getting, that's my most subscribed to baseball game. I got 9 subscribers because of that game. Doctor, how good was Cabrian Hayes' dad when he played? I didn't even know his dad did play. What was his name? I'll have to look that up. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. And while this is not my first rodeo, I've been doing baseball games since opening day. This is my 55th game of the year, and it's featuring most likely your Cardinals or your Reds. And this is not my first game, again, with these teams. This is, I believe, my 4th Reds game. And my 6th? Is it my 6th Cardinals game? I can't remember here. Let me just double check here. Yeah, so the Cardinals are 4-1 when I call a game, and the Reds are 3-0. So it's, my 4th Reds and my 6th Cardinals. So consider subscribing if you're a fan of these teams, as I've done these teams before. And what was the question here? I'm sorry, Traven, let me look back. He was okay. So I got his name here. So his name is Charlie Hayes, and I can show you the stats. And of course, if you're a football fan that happen to be tuning in here, I'll be doing football. Look at that. Already got the thumbnails up for you, ready to go. Of course, that's just a fraction of it, as I'll be doing much more than that, especially just on week 0 and week 1 for the NFL and college. I'll be doing plenty of games. I haven't even made the Cowboys-Eagles thumbnail. There's still, of course, the afternoon game on Sunday. I'll be doing a bunch of college and NFL. Hopefully I see you there. That's not too bad. OPS of 714. He hit 144 home runs. He clearly is a better hitter than Hayes, Cabrian Hayes. That's kind of sad. Probably not a better fielder because, Cabrian is a great fielder. But anyway, working our way back here to this one. Looks like we have a pitching change. Scott Barlow is going to be pitching for the Reds. Let's go ahead and click on him whenever I can find him. As here's the pitch to Walker. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 2-0 record, 3.73 ERA, whip of a 1.18. Not too shabby. Walker is 0 for 2, as that's going to be outside for ball 1. 0 for 2, batting .216, OPS of 578. Charlie Hayes. Yeah. My bad. Well, Trisk likes Charlie. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit. Foul. So the count moves to 1-2. So then O'Neal Cruz is the reincarnation of Randy. No, but Randy was actually elite. Randy didn't try, and he was still one of the greatest receivers of all time. Actually, so, Taylor Trisk, he asked me my all quarter century team, and I can list that out for you if you like, if you're still there. I only do it if you're still there. Because he shared one in Twitter, and bear with me here. We have a little timeout here, so that's why I'm kind of going off here. If you're here for the game, I totally understand. I will be calling the game. Don't worry. 1-2 count here to Walker. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. But, definitely a lot of brain rot whenever he shared me, 1, the list he saw, and then 2, people that he liked. That was crazy. A lot of football brain rot Taylor has consumed. It's really sad. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Oh, pardon me, not even out of the infield, as that's going to be caught by Steer for out number 1. The camera work really isn't all that great in this game. Both Cardinals and Reds broadcast really struggling. Of course, the Pirates broadcast is terrible. They don't even show you the game. As that's going to bring up Pajes. He's 0 for 2. Batting .218, OPS of .615. I am here. Charlie was born in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. College. Oh, wow. Okay. Going to Southern Miss. Yeah, I'll be sure to give you this. So here is the first pitch to Pages. That's going to be upstairs, ball one. Of course, let me know if you agree. Quarterbacks. This is my all quarter century team. So pretty much since 2000. As here's the 1-0 to Pages. That's going to be in there, called strike. Quarterback, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Aaron Rodgers. So let me know actually your thoughts on quarterback. I'll just stop there and then let me know if you agree, disagree. Who would you put in above who? Here's the 1-1. That's going to be, looked like it was in there for strike two, but instead it's ball two. Reggie White or Aaron Donald? Reggie White. Reggie White was better for sure. I mean, Aaron Donald's really good, but I feel like he may. Well, no, he was good. I don't really want to say anything bad about him. 2-1. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike two. But yeah, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Aaron Rodgers. I picked Rodgers over Mahomes. And the reason I did that was because if Mahomes goes, like if he plays like he did last year for the next like 5 or 10 years, then Mahomes was not better than Rodgers, because Rodgers' numbers were very elite. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be outside, ball three. Let me know, Trisk, if you have any thoughts there. Maybe you don't have thoughts. Of course, Draven, you can feel free to let me know your thoughts as well. 3-2 count here to Pages. Barlow sets and fires. That's outside, ball four, as Pages is going to walk. And that'll bring up Scott, who's 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch. Was going to say invalid because no Stafford. Jeez. Draven, oh my gosh, Draven, man, you're the best. You're the best. Mahomes has only played a short time. Yeah, and if he returns to his form like he did when he was in his younger years, then I'll put him over Rodgers. But yeah, Brady, Manning, and Rodgers. All right, here's the running backs, as that's going to be in there for a called strike to Scott. LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, and Edgerrin James. And Eddie, he said it was a good list, or that was good, but he would replace Derrick Henry with Edgerrin James. Here's the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike two. So let me know your thoughts there. LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, and Edgerrin James. And my reasoning, I put James above Henry, and of course there were some other players there too, but that were in consideration. But I just feel like Henry started off his career. Here's the 0-2. Oh, and it hits him again! Scott has been hit again, this time on the knee. Scott has been hit twice in this one. There's a trainer coming out for him, as there's some booing coming in from the St. Louis crowd, and I don't blame them. So Scott is going to gingerly walk to first again, hit on the legs. It's not like, again, it's very interesting because Scott is a speedster. He is fast. And both the times he's been hit, it's been in the lower body. And yeah, Scott being hit on the left knee. Now, he did make him pay last time. Just looking at it, it's kind of funny. Barlow's going to exit. He is done. Barlow looks ticked. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but yeah, Scott was hit in the foot earlier. Then he stole a base. Scott was hit on the knee there, and then now he's going to, of course, we'll see what happens. We do have a pitching change. Taylor Rogers is going to be replacing Scott Barlow. But yes, let me know on my list here for running backs. LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, and Edgerrin James. Who do you guys, did I have it right there? Let me know if there's someone you would replace. Draven, Trisk, who do you got? Of course, if there's another one here, which I see there's 4 people watching, you feel free to tune in. Let me know what you think. If you're a football fan, let me know. Did I get it right? Again, this is the best players, in my opinion, since 2000. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to chill here. Maybe you guys disappeared on me. But yes, LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, and Edgerrin James. I'm going to have to probably make a video on this. It's so hard. It's so annoying to edit. It takes forever. Running back is tough because Edgerrin James had a great passing game. Fewer people in the box. Plus, they know Peyton wouldn't run. What of Amon Green, Jamal Anderson? Jamal Anderson, was he even in the 2000s? Trisk, what are you doing? And, of course, if you're tuning in, just know that we're in a pitching change, so don't think I'm just freaking out over Jamal Anderson for no reason. Jamal Anderson. Yeah, this guy he played in the 90s, and he only played 7 or 8 years. And get out of here with Jamal Anderson. He's not even on the 90s team, let alone the 2000s. And the 2000s were better for running backs. Could possibly go LaShawn McCoy. I watched him. Well, yeah, LaShawn was a very underrated back as well. But the thing is, I just didn't feel like at his peak, I don't know. I didn't feel like his peak was better than Edgerrin's. That's going to be in there for ball. Well, actually, no, not a called strike. It's ball 1. But yeah, LaShawn was really good. I don't know. Edgerrin to me is a Hall of Famer. LaShawn to me is like the Hall of Very Good. All right, 1-0 count here to Donovan. Runners on first and second as Donovan hits this to right, and that's going to go foul. So 1-1 count. Okay, so the fullback is Mike Allstott. I don't really, if you want to consider other fullbacks, then fine. Wide receivers, Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis is really good. That's an argument there. I don't think so, though. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. I just feel like I think his prime, I'll go back and look at it. I mean, he went to the Browns, and I feel like that kind of ruined him when he went to the Browns. I think it ruined, his view, as that's going to be outside ball 3. People I don't think viewed him as an elite back, and that may have ruined him. But no, Jamal Lewis was really good. I wouldn't put him above Edgerrin James. As here's the 3-1. That's going to be outside ball 4. Again, he had a really nice year there, but I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough one. He was, again, 2000s running backs, really good. Really good. A lot of great backs in the 2000s. All right, bases loaded here, and that's going to bring up Mason Wynn. He's 1 for 3. All right, so receivers. Got 6 of them here. Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson. No order, by the way. No particular order there. John Kuhn. Yeah, no, John Kuhn, I did think of him as well. That's going to be inside ball 1. But I did not go Kuhn over Allstott. But if you want to, you can. I don't think it would really. That's not going to move the needle for me, honestly. Fullback. I'm not going to die on the fullback hill. So if you wanted to put Kuhn, that's going to be fouled back. There's a 1-1 count. Sean Alexander. Yeah, Sean Alexander was really good. But, again, his peak was not as large as Edgerrin. Edgerrin was dominant from day 1. And even with the Cardinals, he was still a force. As here's the 1-1. That's going to be inside ball 2. It may not show up statistically for Edgerrin, but he still was someone that was very much dominant. Very much dominant. But yes, Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson. Here's the 2-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2, and it's a tough one because receivers, again, in the 2000s, a lot of receivers. Can you say wide receivers? I just did. I feel like you may have been typing that as I said it. No Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that one is just foul. As, again, a base hit would break open this game for St. Louis. Steve Smith is another one. A lot of receivers, but no, I elected those 6. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run's going to score, and I think they're going to hold him at third because the center fielder was kind of playing shallow. So that is now a 2-0 game. The Cardinals keep the bases loaded with Mason Wynn, of course, with an RBI single. Wide receivers, Megatron, Antonio, Idiot, Brandon, Marvin, Moss, Holt above T.O. That's fair. That's fair. I won't argue that. I wouldn't want. Honestly, I didn't really want to put Terrell, but Terrell was just really good. All right, bases loaded yet again. Here is Burleson. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. I'm fine with the list. I'm a little biased to some Packers. Would you put like Donald Driver or Javon Walker or Jordy? I mean, that's fair. Devontae Adams. I mean, again, we talked about Devontae in that chat. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. That one was way out of the zone. I think he wants to swing there, really. Oh, we got another vote. Reds moving on up in the win percentage, but right now the Cardinals moving on up on the score, 2-0. 9 votes in, 7 votes for the Reds. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Burleson goes down on strikes, and that's going to bring up Nolan Gorman. Again, bases are still loaded now with 2 outs. Gorman is 0 for 2, batting .216, OPS of .693. Ravens, Jermaine Lewis is not even in the conversation. Oh, I thought you were Trisk. I'll be a lot nicer to you. I'm sorry, Jermaine Lewis, not in the conversation. That's going to be in there called strike. I'm sorry, Sean. And I'm sorry, Trisk. I feel like I got to be a lot more meaner to Trisk. I thought you were Trisk. You guys share the same colors. 0-1 count. Here is the 0-1 to Gorman. That's going to be low for ball 1. Yeah, Donald Driver. Yeah, he's good. I don't think I would put him above these guys. Like, these guys' peaks were just too good. 1-1 count as my mic is falling off. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 2. So those are my receivers. I'll move on to tight ends here. And this is also another one where Eddie and I disagreed on. Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. Those are my top 3 tight ends from since 2000. Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. 2-1 count here to Gorman. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 2. As, again, the Cardinals have pushed across a run here, but I feel like this would be a little bit disappointing for them if they're not able to capitalize on this bases-loaded opportunity. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Sorry, I just logged on, saw Jamal Lewis. Oh, I see. Yes, I'm sorry, Sean. Again, I'm just, Trisk and I, obviously, we've been arguing for 28 years, so. Here is the 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Oh, man, Rogers was walking off the mound like he got the strikeout, but that one was well off the plate. And he walks in a run as the Cardinals are now up 3-0. Yeah, Gronk is not exactly, I wouldn't say he's the most intelligent guy in the world, but he definitely, to me, was very much elite. As looks like Francona is going to come out of the Reds dugout. I think he's sick and tired of Rogers. As Rogers is going to hit the dugout, and we're going to head to a commercial break here. As, of course, the Cardinals, again, up 3-0. Bases loaded. Pitching change underway. Anybody say Joey Galloway? No, this is since 2000. Since 2000. Galloway, I think, was more of a 90s guy. Again, if you like what you see, folks, if you're not subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button. I've been doing, well, no, I guess he did play in the 2000s. Look at that. I don't remember him being that dominant in the 2000s. He initially started off elite in the 90s, but then he kind of went like, eh. He disappeared when he went to Dallas. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, if you're a sports fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. Been doing baseball since opening day. And that's not going to stop anytime soon. As you can see already, I got football ready to go. But again, it's baseball season, and I expect to do a live stream tomorrow yet again. This is my 55th game of the year. I've been doing a lot of baseball as of late, especially, last, I would say, month now, because I don't work any more evenings, so I'm able to get in at least one stream a day. And I actually have been streaming I think in the last month I've only had 3 days off. So look at that. I'm always in front of the camera. Hopefully that's good enough commitment for you, and you hit that subscribe button. Marquise Colston. Marquise Colston was a wide receiver. And I've told you that before, and you seem to forget. Gonzalez was the best tight end. Yeah, I can agree with that. That's fair. I won't argue with that at all. Joey's not a game changer. Doctor, I didn't hear Tebow. Yeah, Tebow on the tight end. Yeah, I did. I don't think I mentioned Tebow. I don't think I did either, and I don't think I will. And that was pretty much it. We went over alignment. We didn't do defense. I wasn't shown a defensive graphic. And I'll just go over the offensive line real quick. I only did 2 tackles. Joe Thomas and Jonathan Odgin. Guards, Alan Faneca and Jahari Evans. And then center was Marquise Pouncey with the head coach, Bill Belichick. That was my list. So, and of course, quarterbacks, by the way, Sean, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Aaron Rodgers. As here is the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. This is Sagesi. He's 1 for 3 on the night. New pitcher. That's going to be Tony Santillan. He has a ERA of 2.65, 101 record, .94 whip. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. He was listed as a tight. He was not. You're misremembering. That is not true. That is not true. 1-1 count. You're misremembering. It's okay. You're getting older. It's okay. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit foul. Tony isn't in the conversation. He is the conversation. Okay. Oh, geez. 1-2 count here. Bases loaded. Cardinals up 3-0. I'll go ahead and show you right now. Marquise Colston, tight end. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Chopper to third. Throws to first. Oh, and he can't make the grab. 1 run will score, and another run's going to score. The throw was low, and Steer had to try to pick it, and he couldn't make the pick, as that is going to make it a 5-0 game with runners on the corners. We'll talk about Marquise Colston later. Again, a little chopper to third. Lux throwing it to first, and the throw was just a little bit wide, and it was a one-hopper, and Steer couldn't make the grab, as the Cardinals score 2. As again, they were up 5-0. The throw definitely would have beaten them. 5-0 in Stempson Newtbar. 1 for 3 on the day. Batting .226, OPS of .702. As Santillan delivers, that's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 count. Santillan sets. Still set and fires. That's going to be upstairs ball, and he was just staring forever. Let's see. Good QBs and no argument. Jason Tucker is okay. Kicker, I will not pick Tucker. Though Tucker was really good, but 2000, I don't know. Maybe I would have to pick Tucker. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit foul. Of course, Tucker he was very accurate. I mean, you got Jason Elam, Mike Vanderjack. Well, no, Vanderjack was a choker. 1-2 count here to Newtbar. We're talking kickers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit into the outfield. 1 run's going to score. I don't think he ran to third. So, yeah, no, there's going to be runners on first and second here, as the Cardinals keep on moving. That's their 5th run of the inning. They now lead 6-0. Brandon Sheriff. I don't know if I would put. I've heard of him, but I don't really know how good he was. Brian Relago was good, but I wouldn't put him above anybody here. Is anybody going to trust my choices or the polls if the Cards hang on 6-0 in the polls? Here's the pitch to Walker. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. No, I know Tucker was very accurate. Trust me, I know. It is, I don't know. I feel like everybody's accurate now. I feel like they did something in the ball. I know it's kind of a little more of a conspiracy thing. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside ball one. You're probably right. It is probably Tucker. Honestly. I'm not too sure. Maybe Chris Boswell. I don't know. 1-1 count. Looking back at Sagesi and pitches. That's going to be low. Did he go? He went. The umpire says he went. So 1-2. They went to Iowa, Doctor. I agree with your. Oh, okay. I got you. You see, and also with the guard there, Jahari Evans, I didn't see Steve Hutchinson play. Like, I don't even remember him playing. Like, I know he was really good. Like, he's in the Hall of Fame. But I'm like, I cannot recall seeing him play. 1-2 count. They didn't really show many Vikings games back then. Santillan sets. And delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck out Walker. But the Cardinals put up 5 in the bottom of the 7th as we head to the top of the 8th. Your score, Cardinals 6, Reds 0. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Finally, some offense. Jeez, healing me in the ball. No, Tucker was really good. You're going to need to stop calling Reds. Oh, man, no. I mean, if you got it, hey, I might listen to you. You know, there's no reason to argue. Hopefully I keep the subscription, man. You know, I do. If you have subscribed, I do appreciate you for stopping by, of course. Yeah, no, the Reds might drop their first game. If you are, again, a Reds fan, you're wondering what in the world Andy's talking about. I am 3-0. 3-0 when I call Reds games. So they are going to fall possibly. And, of course, you never know what can happen. 3-1. Let's see. Tucker's clutch, and Dr. DeLay does like him. But, yeah, this past year is definitely interesting. What do you think the final score? Ooh, I couldn't really. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to say like 7-2. You know, I think that's fair. I think the Cardinals would win 7-2, you know. Get some more runs in here. Make it a little interesting. So I'm going 7-2. Looks like Trisk is saying 8-3. Well, thank you, of course, for stopping by, Chicken. Hopefully, if you like what you see, you hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Trisk Kadeka would always pick Robbie Gould in every fantasy football thing. I don't know why, but he would. Or, I mean, I never was in a league with him, but he would tell me about how much he always would have Robbie Gould every year. Yeah, Robbie Gould was really good. And again, Marquise was 6'4", 225. So I don't know what in the world what world the tight end is going to be that size, Trisk, but it wasn't this one. But yeah, Justin Tucker, I have nothing. I mean, as far as a kicker, very good. And again, I just feel like, I don't know. I also think Chris Boswell he's been like very. If Tucker didn't exist, Boswell would be considered one of the best kickers, if not the best kicker in the league. Yeah, 89.1%. Yeah, he's the most accurate kicker. I get it. All right, we've got a new pitcher here for the Cardinals. Looks like it's going to be King. John King. He's 2-0, 4.56 ERA, a whip of a 1.56. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike as he faces Espinal, who's pinch hitting for Benson. Espinal's batting .249, OPS of .597. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball one. I needed the game to go over 8.5 runs. That's why I'm asking. I did so. Oh, thank you, of course. And you'll stick around for the rest of the game. Hey, hopefully you enjoy it, man. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. I never liked Robbie Gould. I don't know what WS means. Backwards approach. I mean, I don't know. I have no problem with that. No problem with the interesting, lead-ups the kickers would have. 1-2 count to Espinal. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So you said you needed 8.5. Well, I think it's possible with the way the game has kind of changed. Very boring game. It was a very boring game for the first 6.5 innings. Like in the bottom of the 7th, finally seeing some offense here. Reds may start to, of course, they put in a pitcher with a whip of a 1.5. So you'll see some hits here, potentially, if the Reds are on it. That's going to bring up Trevino. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. That's going to be outside ball 1. He's batting .301, OPS of 845. Let's see. Are you talking about Tucker? A 1-0 count. That's going to be in the corner for strike 1. Tucker played he played for, 13 years? And I don't think he's going to play again. I don't think so. You're probably right, though. It would probably be Tucker. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to right. And if it's fair, it'll get a... Oh, they hit the line. That's a fair ball. Walker throwing it in. Looks like he's going to... Oh, the ball gets away. And that is going to score a run. That one was just hugging the line. It gets the right side of the right field line. And Walker realized that he had to run and get it. The throw came in the first, and the first baseman booted it. So that is a run there for the Reds. So look at that. Look at that, chicken. You're at 7 runs. You need 2 more. Oh, he was with just what was left. I got you. All right, here is Connor Joe, a former Pirate. He's pinch hitting for Jake Fraley. He hits lefties really well. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball, or at least he did for Pittsburgh. I don't know how he's doing for Cincinnati. .214 batting average, OPS of 544. No homers and 4 RBIs. King looks back at Trevino and delivers. And Joe gets under this. This is going to be popped up shallow right field. Walker on the run and bumps into Donovan. And he ran over Donovan as he throws it in. I don't know if Donovan's okay. A hat came off for Walker. I want to say they're okay. I mean, both of those guys are big guys bumping into each other. Probably didn't feel good. Donovan went down to the grass there. He seems to be okay. So that's going to bring up McLean. He's 1 for 2, batting .200, OPS of 620. Runner still on second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. What, Connor Joe Connor is no longer a Pirate? No, he is no longer a Pirate. I had mixed feelings on that decision. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. It's not like he's any good, but like the Pirates, he was good for the Pirates, if that makes any sense. You know, if you're a fan wondering, why do you like Connor Joe? Well, he was the best of what we had. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Six to 1 is your score here in the top of the 8th. Runner on second, 1 out. 1-2 count here to McLean. Here's the pitch. That's low for ball 2. It's interesting. Despite the score, and I know votes were coming in during that rally, Red's still at 73%. You know, no one's voting for the Cardinals. No, or Cardinals fans aren't here. Very interesting. Here is the 2-2. That's going to be upstairs for ball 3. Three and 2 here to McLean. King sets and fires. That's going to be poked at and fouled, as it'll remain at 3-2. Again, a runner on second. Reds finally getting on the board here in the top of the 8th. But not before the Cardinals put up 5 in the bottom of the 7th to take a 6-0 lead into this inning. Of course, again, the Reds scoring, as that's going to be upstairs ball 4 as King loses him. So runners on first and second. That's going to bring up TJ Friedel, who's 0 for 3, batting .291, OPS of 821. What team am I going for? I'm neutral. I'm just here to call a game, man. I'm a Pirates fan, as you can probably see with the P. And, yeah, I'm just kind of calling other games. That's what I do. I call random games. I don't know if I've made that sales pitch in a while. So King is going to exit. I'll go make the sales pitch after this. So we're having a pitching change here. As I don't know, JoJo Romero is going to be coming in after this little warm-up there. He is 3-3 on the year, 2.86 ERA, whip of a 1.45. Now, as far as me, I've been calling random games since opening day. Obviously, it is a lot of Pirates, or was a lot of Pirates, kind of distancing myself from that not-so-great team. And I'm a big football fan, so if you're a football fan as well, you're betting on football games, whatever, I'll be doing football games whenever football is here. But for now, of course, it's baseball season. And, I'm just doing this as often as I can. This is my 55th game of the year. But this is my actually, I forgot the count already. The last 2 weeks, 5, 9, 13, 17. This is my 18th game in 2 weeks. So I've been picking up the pace because of a schedule change at work. And, I've been able to take advantage of it and getting on here. And, of course, subscribers have been slowly but surely, we're moving on up. I was at 30 subscribers just 3 months ago before the season started. So I'm really thankful for you guys. And, of course, for football, how it's going to work. I'm a Steelers fan, but that's not the only game I'm going to be calling. I'll call Steelers-Jets Week 1. I already have the thumbnail up. But you guys will vote on the second game later that afternoon after the Steelers beat the Jets, because I believe they will beat the Jets. It's going to be Tennessee-Denver, San Francisco-Seattle, Detroit-Green Bay, Houston, or Los Angeles. I don't know. You guys are going to make the call, and I'll call whatever wins that one. Same with college football. Week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State. And later that evening, it'll be Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, Hawaii. Again, I don't know what I'm calling. You guys will make the call via, of course, a poll, which I'll put up earlier that week. As here is the first pitch to Friedel. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1, as we're resuming here in the top of the 8th. You have to tune in for some more. Yeah, no. Hey, again, if you're able to make it, great. If not, just that subscription really helps. As here's the 1-0. That's going to be low for ball 2. Some nights it's not exactly fun. Baseball games, there are times when it's boring. Especially Pirates games. They are very boring. But it's kind of picking up here. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be outside. Oh, called strike. That one was a delayed call, and these commentators in my ear, I'm listening to the Reds broadcast. They did not like that one. I can see why. So 2-1 count to Friedel. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. We are on 8.5 run watch as Chicken has the over in this one. 8.5, currently at 7. Romero has a good ERA in the 2s, but his whip is also really high, so he does allow a lot of hits, a lot of walks. Romero sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to go foul. If that were fair, that definitely would have scored at least 1. So 2-2. Once again, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. And the fans are wondering where the strike call was. Of course, he just called one that was farther out of the plate for a strike. So 3-2. Romero sets. And fires. Ground ball to short. Oh, there's one. And Donovan's not going to be able to make the throw as he does reach, but he does get an out. He does move a runner up 90 feet, but that did come at the cost of an out. It's looking good right now, especially if there's another run. Yeah, no, it would look really good for you. But that hit may have hurt a little bit, as that's going to bring up Gavin Lux, batting .271, OPS of 746. He's 0 for 3 in this one. He reached on an error in the 4th inning. Romero sets and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Again, runners on the corners. Doctor, how good was Richie Incognito? He was, as that's going to be hit to short. Oh, nice play by Wynn. Throws to first and gets him by a step for out number 3. As the Reds are only able to get 1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Your score, Cardinals 6, Reds 1. Richie was not, his name just randomly came. He was an above average guard that was had some controversy to him. That's probably why he came up to your, he went into your mind, because he was in the news for a little bit there. So 6-1 is your score as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Again, it's just a channel for the sports fan. That's pretty much what it is. I've been doing this since, for baseball, it's been since opening day. Did a little bit of college basketball randomly, and I look forward to doing that again. I think that was very fun. And then I kind of had a little brief, hey, what the heck am I doing? Let's see how it goes whenever the Steelers played the Ravens. That went terribly. But now I think I know kind of what I'm doing when it comes to this YouTube thing. So hopefully, again, if you're a sports fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. Don't want to scare you. It's not just going to be Steelers games. If you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, it's very possible the Bengals. I don't know, actually. How many afternoon games do you guys have? Let me look. I mean, there's a Monday night game there. There's a 3 o'clock. Yeah, no, it's you guys. If you guys want me to cover a game, if you're not able to watch it, that's where I come in. I'll have polls up for that afternoon game. And you guys can vote in your Bengals, and I'd like to see some Bengals action. I don't like you guys. Don't make it look, oh, he's a Steelers fan, likes the Bengals. No, I do not care for the Bengals. But, it's always good to keep an eye on your rivals and seeing how they're doing. Of course, Burrow's pretty good quarterback. I acknowledge you guys have great, players and stuff like that. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of trash talk between us once those Sundays arrive. So hopefully I see you there. It'll be pretty fun, as looks like we have another pitching change here for the Reds, as Connor Phillips is going to be making his 2025 debut. Last pitched in 2023. What the heck is going on? So his 2025 debut, he was not very good in 2023. Hopefully he does well and he sticks around, as here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Oh, that's going to be under Ellie's glove. So that isn't the start he was looking for. It was a very deep backhand. I don't know if that's going to be, yeah, they're going to say it was a single. So that is going to bring up Scott, who's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch twice in this one, on the foot and at the knee, and he was very much injured after those two. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside and away, up and away for ball 1. You're voting Stafford every week? Okay. All right, Draven. Jeez. Okay. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 2. So 2-0 count. Connor Phillips, again, making his 2025 debut in AAA this year. 3.21 ERA, not too shabby. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be fouled off the umpire or catcher. I'm not too sure, but it's 2-1. Hit twice. Yeah, no, it was very interesting. And he's a speedster. Victor Scott is a very fast individual, and they were both lower body. So I don't know if it was intentional or not. Very interesting. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Yeah, it was hit in the foot and right off the knee. And the second one really, he was down for a little bit there. Cardinals faithful were not happy. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. It doesn't matter. He struck him out. So Scott will retreat to the dugout. That's going to bring up Donovan. Brendan Donovan. He's 0 for 3, but has scored twice in this one. Batting .313, OPS of .818. Phillips looks over at Pages as he delivers. That's going to be low for strike one. Umpire is not helping out the Cardinals here, and neither Chicken, as Chicken again, he or she needs 8.5 runs, and we're at 7. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there, a called strike. I'd assume it's probably a he, though, just the way sports and sports betting, sports bettors and all that people I know. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Yeah, Stafford does that. He is eligible to be voted for in week 1. That is crazy. The freaking Rams, man. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 2. Of course, they're St. Louis Rams fans, maybe. I don't know. I've never gotten the chance to talk to an actual, like a St. Louis individual. Do you still like the Rams, or do you not like the Rams? I don't know. 2-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Your assumption is correct. Yep. Just, it's more likely. 2-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out. I just noticed I did lose somebody. Someone stopped viewing when I said something about the Rams. So all I do is tick off people. I'm sorry. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit foul. And of course, Draven was there. I was doing a Tigers game. I think it was Tigers Cardinals actually. And I started just going in on the Lions and Stafford for no reason. Why, I don't know, but my viewership cut from 10 to 5 because I started trash-talking Stafford. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be low for ball 3. So, and of course, now Draven brings him up every chance he gets. Malcolm Jenkins or Clinton Dix. Haha's prime wasn't really that, it wasn't long. So I'd say Malcolm Jenkins. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be outside, ball 4. So it looks like Donovan's going to walk for the second time tonight. And that's going to bring up Mason Wynn. Wynn is 2 for 4 with an RBI, batting .256, OPS of .707. So runners on first and second as Wynn is going to dig in here, trying to extend this lead. He already has an RBI in this one. Phillips sets. Looks back at Pages and delivers. That's going to be in there, a called strike. 0-1 count. Phillips sets and fires. That's going to be a foul tip there. Strike 2. Cardinals again up 6-1. That 5-run bottom of the 7th has been the difference in this one, as the Cardinals scored 1 in the 3rd, Reds 1 in the top of the 8th. And of course, again, that 5-run bottom of the 7th really broke this game open, really saved me. As I may have been, I wasn't falling asleep, but it was just not exactly the most exciting game to watch. 0-2. Phillips looks back and delivers. That's in the dirt. Nice snag there by the catcher. Ball 1. That one was well in the dirt. 1-2 count. Phillips is asking for a new ball. He's like, yeah, this is not good. Let me get that out of here. So 1-2, Phillips sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Wynn goes down on strikes, as that's going to bring up Burleson. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI, batting .313 on the year, OPS of .815. Doctor, I found out today my granny watches hockey. She said it's the only sport she understands, and she doesn't understand it a lot. Well, I mean, at least she's watching something. It's unfortunate that is in the off season. As here is the first pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to be foul. It's going to be a foul ball there. So 0-1. So she only understands that. She doesn't understand a lot. That is, well, it is what it is, you know. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball one. One and one count here to Burleson. Phillips making his 2025 pitching debut. As he delivers, that's going to be hit to center. On the warning track, Friedel makes the catch at the wall for out number 3. So we head to the top of the ninth. The Cardinals leading 6-1 over the Reds. Reds need 5 runs, or at least for Chicken here, they need 2, as he has to have them clear the 8.5. Is Pete Rose the greatest switch hitter of all time? Well, he's the greatest hitter of all time, I'd say. So I would say yes. I didn't know he was a switch hitter, to be honest with you. Possibly for the final time. It's my final time to do the sales pitch here. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps me out a lot. Been doing this since opening day. Here's your proof. It's not just a one-off. This is my 55th baseball game. And, of course, football is just around the corner. So definitely subscribe if you're a football fan or a sports bettor. We got plenty of those in the channel as well. Not tonight, though. I think Nick is off tonight, so he is just chilling. But, yeah, no, again, if you're a football fan, baseball fan, whatever, hit that subscribe button. I'm sure we'll get around to your team as, you know, we do polls every now and then. It's been done before. You know, we do them. It's been a few days, 3 days ago. We'll have to see. Yeah, San Diego versus San Diego. That was a typing error there. We'll be sure to get another poll coming up soon. Of course, again, for football, it'll be polls every week, as I need your help on what games to call after I'm done with the Steelers. And, of course, college football, it could be random. I do plan on calling every Pitt game, but, you know, I mean, hey, if you're a Cincinnati Bearcat or, you know, St. Louis, I guess, I don't know what would be in Missouri, just Missouri in general. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how we can get, you know, multiple games on the poll. I can only do up to 4. We'll figure it out. Again, if you're just a sports fan in general, don't hesitate to subscribe. I do appreciate it, as I'm not seeing anybody new coming out, so it looks like it's going to be the same old pitcher here for the Reds, Romero, I think, as Ellie De La Cruz is going to be leading off here at the top of the ninth. He's 1 for 3, batting .264, OPS of .824. Hey, good evening, Bing. How's it going? Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Pitt going 9-5. They're playing 14 games? Really? I would not assume them to play 14 games and go 9-5. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So 0-2. Ellie doesn't seem to like that. 0-2 count here to De La Cruz. Romero sets. Doesn't like the pitch count. He's actually going to step out. And looks like they're going to have a mound visit. And looks like they're going to give him a ball. They didn't like it. A pitch clock violation, I guess. So I think it's a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside. Oh, man. I don't know if that one was a strike. On here, it didn't look like it, as Ellie didn't like the call, and they kind of took it away there on the screen, trying to hide the evidence. Yeah, that one was well inside, and Ellie, again, not a fan of that call. That's going to bring up Tyler Stevenson, as he is 0 for 3. Oh, looks like that. We're going to have a pitching change. So, Chicken, I am very sorry. I don't know if this is going to happen for you. The 8.5 may not happen, as, yeah, it's going to be Riley O'Brien finishing this one, or at least the next few batters, as we are in a pitching change again. If you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. O'Brien is 0-0 on the year. He's only appeared in 9 games. 2.92 ERA, whip of a 1.05. But yeah, no, if you like what you see, folks, definitely subscribe. Every subscriber helps. Like, trust me, it really does. I really do appreciate you guys. Again, just a few months ago, I was at 30. Now I'm at 229. So, I mean, I'm really blessed. I'm really, very happy to have, interacted and met some of you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Baseball community is A1 for sure. There are some trolls, but, we just kind of deal with it. But if you're a football fan as well, or just a sports fan in general, definitely subscribe. I'll be doing college football very soon. You guys will be voting on a lot of the games I do. Same with NFL. It's not just a Steelers channel. Don't be scared that I'm a Pittsburgh fan, even if you're a Bengal fan. We'll be sure to get Bengals in here as, again, you guys will be voting on games I do. So that week 1 after Steelers beat the Jets, I'm already calling it. Tennessee plays Denver, San Francisco and Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, and Los Angeles. I don't know. You guys will make the call on what I call right after that game. It's all good. Well, you see, they're going 9-4 and losing in the bowl game. But, I mean, there's only 12 games. That's the thing. Unless you're saying they make it to the conference championship. But on 4 losses in the ACC, I just don't see that happening. Andy wrote, who day? Well, I'm going to say, I'm not going to say we day, because, we haven't been them in a while. We haven't. Steelers have not been nothing in a while, man. I'm ready for us to return to our glory days. As here is the first pitch to Stevenson. That's going to be outside ball 1. Reds unlikely to win this one, but I'm kind of pulling for them to score 2 runs here so Chicken can get some cash here. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 2. 2-0 count to Stevenson. O'Brien sets. That's going to be outside ball 3. That one was really close, and some of these have been really close. In fact, you can argue that the first and the third pitch should have been a called strike. Again, the umpire has been very inconsistent tonight. Here's the 3. Oh, and he's going to... That was definitely a balk. That's got to be ball 4, right? That's a balk, yeah. The umpire didn't know what to do. I'm telling you, that umpire's not good. So he was trying to wind up, then he trips, kind of stumbles forward, and then everyone's just kind of looking around. The umpire's like, okay. And then someone had to come and tell him, hey, no, go to first. So, runner on first. That's going to bring up Steer. He's 0 for 3, batting .227, OPS of .634. Draven, wow. This guy. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. As, again, the Reds are undefeated when I call games. They're 3-0. But that may end tonight, as that's going to be inside. He checked his swing, and he went. Strike 2. RFK, hi. Well, hey, RFK's got to be pretty happy. Big Cardinals fan. How did a baseball game work if the Reds are losing? Do they even play the bottom? No, they do not play the bottom of the inning, as the Cardinals will just take that dub. So I'm sorry, Chicken. It just doesn't look like it. Of course, again, one swing of the bat could give you that 8.5, as it's an 0-2 count to Steer. Here's the pitch. That's outside ball 1. Got back from a street dance. Okay, well, that's cool. 1-2 count. O'Brien looks over at first. Here's the pitch. Oh, called strike 3. And we've seen that pitch be called a ball. I mean, that did catch a little bit of the plate there. So that is out number 2. Yeah, no, it is still decent, Andy, but you're the one that banned me from Cincinnati games after this, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's all good. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Well, hopefully it wasn't a lot. RFK, apparently, he's a professional sports bettor, so if you want to hit up anyone that's really good at sports betting, as that's going to be fouled off there. You might want to talk to that guy. Apparently, he makes a lot of money. Apparently. Again, this is all a guy that I've never met before. 1-1 on the day for Espinal. He's pinch hitting for Benson. Batting .252, OPS of .603. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there. A called strike. Yes, Chicken bet the 8.5. He went on the over. Over on the 8.5. 0-2 count. Down to their last strike. Cardinals fans on their feet. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball one. One and two count. And Helsey is up in the bullpen. And this is interesting because it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. I don't understand. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. I guess they're worried if Espinal were to get on, they're going to put him in. I'm not too sure. This is interesting. 2-2. Here's the pitch. That's hit right and foul, as this one's going to drag out a little bit. Of course, the Reds trying to fight for their life here. Cardinals would move to 41-35 if the results stand. The Reds would fall to 39-37. O'Brien sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as the Cardinals win 6-1. And if you're a Cardinals fan, well, hey, I'm 5-1 when I call your games. So I'm just saying I might be good luck. Cincinnati, you're still looking pretty good, as you guys will fall to 3-1 when I call your games. 39-37 on the year for the for the Reds. The Cardinals will move to 41-35. What's your record for St. Louis? Yeah. They're now going to be what I just say. St. Louis is now 5-1. Cincinnati is now 3-1. So, hopefully you guys liked what you saw. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, as I'll be doing more baseball games very soon. Tomorrow for sure, at least one. I try to get at least one every day. In fact, I've only missed 2 or 3 days in the last month. So, I mean, I've been on here. Hopefully, again, if you're just a baseball fan, sports fan. No NASCAR. I don't do NASCAR. I just felt like I should have said that for no reason. But also, if you're a football fan, definitely subscribe. That's just around the corner. I'm a much bigger football fan. You'll probably see the difference in my baseball calls and football calls as well. Just a lot more passion. Not that I don't like baseball, but there are times when baseball can really just take the life out of me, especially if you're a Pirates fan. It's just natural. But that's going to do it for me. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. I do not do NASCAR. I do not. No justice for NASCAR. No justice for NASCAR. NASCAR can go kick rocks, as far as I'm concerned. I see someone's voting at the end when the game's already over. There we go. That's what you should have done. Just who's winning tonight, vote for the Cardinals after you win. All right, you guys have a good night. Peace out, Chicken, Draven, RFK, everyone else listening. Andy, thank you for stopping by. Sean as well, if you're still there. Trisk, as always. You guys all have a fantastic night. And, of course, I didn't say your name. You're tuning in. Thank you for watching. And you have a good night as well. Jesus is Lord. Yes, capital L. That is huge. Y'all have a great night. Y'all take care. I'll see you soon. Peace.